Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome back. I hope we are all ready for the next session. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm going to drop the Zoom link again. The YouTube link. That is it for everybody. As they are joining, just keep posting them. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, so I just want to know if you are all here so that we can just kickstart. I'll be giving my brother another 10 minutes, 15 minutes for him to share with us on the topic we're going to be talking about now. Okay. Please share the link for the Zoom. Share the link for the Zoom. For the YouTube. Don't share the Zoom. Sorry, for the YouTube. Share the link, and let us have everybody join us now. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Let us quickly go to the next conversation. I hope Mr. Abubakar is here now. Abubakar? Okay, I can see you. Unmute your mic, Mr. Abubakar. Unmute your mic, please.
Yeah, well, good afternoon.
I hope your background is a little bit okay. You have a good.
It's a bit noisy, right?
Yes, you can hear some noise. Is it possible?
Yeah. Let me close the door.
Okay, please, if it's possible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sounds good now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for this wonderful.
Before you start, Abubakar, before you start, please, let us see whether people are here so that we don't think people are joining there. So let us just give like 2 minutes, then we can start in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because I also need to share your presentation as we move on. So just give me some minutes to do that. So thank you everybody for joining us today. So I think we need to kickstart. We need to start now. So Mr. Abubakar, let me share your presentation so that we can start. Can you see my screen, Mr. Abubakar? Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, I can see it very well.
Okay, that is good. So when you are ready, I'm ready.
All right. Am I audible? Let me confirm if everyone can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you very well. You are very audible. You can move on.
All right, that's fine. Good afternoon, everyone.
Stay with 15 minutes.
My name is Abubakar Shaibu. Okay, 15 minutes.
Yes.
All right. My name is Abubakar Shaibu, and I'm the founder and CEO at Green Energy Mission Africa. Literally, what we do at Green Energy Mission Africa is we seek to improve energy transition in Africa by engaging youth at the next generation of leaders toward by engaging youth at the next generation of leaders toward accelerating transition in sustainable development. And why energy transition? Because of the climate change, which I'm very glad that the past speakers has able to take you through what climate change is, what are the consequences, and what needs to be done in order to remedy the threatening consequences of climate change. And as we all know, Nigeria and Africa battles with energy access as well as climate change. And you all know, or many of us know, that Nigeria, 65% of Nigerian people don't have access to electricity, which actually most of them are rural dwellers and some other cities in Nigeria. So in a quick introduction, in Nigeria, desertification in the north, floods in the center, pollution and erosion at the cost of the associated socioeconomic consequences, all allowed to the health, to the reality and grave impacts of climate change. Consequently, bold actions to limit the impacts of climate change must be undertaken urgently. At the same time, in light of the rapidly rising population, accelerated development is needed to ensure improved lively conditions of millions of Nigerians, which can only be achieved by empowering communities with the adequate electricity for them to grow up, and then also power their communities, their health center, their education, as well as power their economic growth in terms of small and medium enterprises. And also, energy should be clean and affordable. Energy is clean and affordable because energy has to be clean and affordable because fossil fuels contribute highest to the global carbon emission, and which is also a major part of the consequences of climate change and part of things that contribute to climate change. Like Albert Einstein said, we cannot solve problems by using the same kinds of thinking we used to create them. Why I bring this about is the use of fossil fuels is actually what contributes most to the global carbon emission, which by actually navigating from fossil fuels to renewables energy, I think we can actually find ourselves in more equitable and just climate. Next slide. So it's simple. Nigeria has taken a bold step, actually, and the solution is one, just and equitable transition. But this just and equitable transition demands that the benefits and costs of the transition are distributed in just and equitable manner, reducing inequalities rather than excavating them. A just transition entails accepting human rights through the energy supply chain. So, taking you into Nigeria's commitment, back in 2021 at Glasgow, in COP26, our president announced Nigeria's commitment to the carbon neutrality by 2060, which led to the setting up of Nigerian Energy Transition Plan. And Nigerian Energy Transition Plan was unveiled shortly after highlighting the scale of efforts required to achieve the net zero by 2060, which also meeting the national energy needs. So this is actually paramount. Why I'm taking you this through, this energy transition is going to actually help Nigerian communities to address energy access while contributing to the agenda of carbon emission reduction, as well as creating numerous jobs, and also improving the livelihood of communities, and also exploring the jobs opportunities in the climate space. Then also, Nigeria can be carbon neutral by 2060. The Nigeria Transition Plan is a homegrown data-backed multi-pronged strategy developed the achievement of net zero emission in terms of the national energy consumption. The energy transition sets out a timeline and framework for the attainment of emission reductions across 5 key sectors: power, cooking, oil and gas, transport and industry. Within the scope of the ETF, about 65% of Nigerian emissions are affected. So what a numerous turnout. Because Nigeria is the only country in Africa that set up an energy transition plan, and also it's the only country that passed a national climate change bill. So this is telling us that Nigeria has taken a giant stride toward addressing climate change disasters, as well as improving the livelihood of our communities. So actually, the key objectives on energy transition is lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty and driving economic growth. As we all know that there is no any country or any community that can grow without energy access. This is one of the major challenges we face as a country, because if we do have a stable energy, industrialization will take place, small and medium enterprises will run, and also businesses will grow, and digital businesses also grows. Then also it will also enhance security, livelihood of communities. So, and also bringing modern energy service to the full population is also part of the agenda. Managing the expected long-term jobs, because in the transition has consequences. Part of the consequences is loss of jobs in the fossil fuel sector. So Nigerian Energy Transition Plan seeks to cover that as well. Then playing a leadership for Africa by promoting a fair, inclusive, and equitable energy transition in Africa that will include gas as a transition fuel. So part of the major important point of this conversation, as a young people, what is our stake? What is our role? What can we do as a young people to help this agenda forward while helping ourselves as well? And the answer is here. The young generation has a lot of potential to contribute to the energy transition in many ways. For instance, through engagement in decision-making processes at local and international level, and a skilled workforce, supporting the development of renewable energy, energy efficiency, and the clean mobility value chains, just like what we are doing at Green Energy Mission Africa. Over the past 2 years, we have engaged in local and high-level dialogues that seeks to equip young people with the relevant knowledge and ideas they need to start jobs in renewable energy. Particularly, there are two types of jobs that you can find in renewable energy. There is skilled and unskilled jobs, which are actually readily available. We can see the impact of many jobs that has been created in the space. Then also, youth are emerging as an important source of talent for achieving energy access. Renewable energy efficiency targets are already account for substantial fractions of jobs in the renewable sector. At the same time, youth is increasingly intended in climate change and energy transition issues. I'm glad that Olumide is taking this conversation forward. We all know him. Over the years, he has been advocated for climate justice and climate change as well. And also, I can tell you, he's part of the key people that motivates me to start this journey. He's part of the key young people, key youth that are actually doing great when it comes to this. And you can see the testimony of his works, and you can see the numerous impact that he has created. And also can see this journey has taken him to be a global citizen at the same time. So also one of the most present challenges for emerging economies like Nigeria is shortage of jobs among the youth. Enhanced skills development and decent work opportunities for youth can be created in sustainable energy and clean mobility sectors. Initiatives to develop businesses and technical skills and create jobs targeting youth should be pursued more rigorously, with increased collaboration between the private sector and educational institutions to improve the quality and accessibility of trainings. At Green Energy Mission Africa, we've been working around this. We've been working with the key stakeholders in Nigeria and across the global community, particularly the Rural Electrification Agency, who is piloting renewable energy projects in Nigeria. And there is a lot of projects that are ongoing, particularly the Nigeria Education Project, whereby they electrify universities in Nigeria, and also solar home system project that is actually connecting millions of houses across the country. And also, we work with the REA in areas of research and innovation, because Green Energy Mission Africa, we have 4 key concerns, which is capacity building, training, research and innovation, and also engaging news on policies around renewable energy, which is actually proper solution toward achieving energy transition in Nigeria, as well as enhancing and aiding penetration of renewable energy sources in Nigeria. Nigeria has been blessed with abundant source of renewables across the country. We can see we have potential of small and mini hydros. We have potential of solar with the sun radiation we are having. And we also have potentials of biomass and wind also, and other part of renewable technologies. I see no reason with the renewable energy that Nigeria is still battling with energy access. The only way forward is for young people to drive the conversation forward, to take part in the journey, create jobs, find a means of livelihood while impacting the communities as Nigeria seeks to transit to net zero by 2060. All right, thank you so much. This is a little brief I can share with you, but I'm readily available to actually take you through conversations. If you require some mentorship, some guidance, linking up with organizations that actually can support you to start your journey in the renewable energy sector, I will be more than available to support you. And thank you so much, Mr. Olumude, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to engage today. And I do have, with this little point of mine, I can be able to actually shed a little light on Nigeria's commitment to climate change, as well as energy access, and also reducing carbon emission. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Abubakar, for that wonderful conversation today. That was very, very, detailed information that you've shared with our participant. And I am very sure that a lot of us, like I said when I started, that the issue of energy transition is very, very key. And we cannot take out this because everybody is calling for energy access, electricity. It's very important that, and why we are also doing this is for us to take a leadership role, for us to take a step by coming up with an initiative that can push us to do something. And that is why this leadership training we're having is to encourage ourselves and make ourselves a better person. Before I go to the last session or last conversation for today, I just want to open the floor again for in the next 3 minutes. If you have a question, please just raise up. I think Samuel have another question. Yeah, good. Samuel, you have the floor. You can ask a question, please.
Hello, sir. So I want to ask about the renewable means of energy. Like nowadays, we see that people use solar, but I've only seen solar usage for low skills. Like, what are big businesses that are still using diesel fuel generators? Like, is there a renewable source of energy that can encompass that huge array of machines, so that we do not need to use diesel generator that would contribute to the carbon emissions? Are there renewable energy sources that will combat that massive energy input? Because most solar energy sources I see now are just for probably for small houses and all.
Thank you very much. I don't know if Abubakar can respond to that, please.
Yeah. So thank you so much. This is a very good question. And part of the key things we work out in the recent years is to see how we can educate SMEs holders that are already under diesel, to educate them on how converting into renewable energy is going to save cost to their businesses, enhance their livelihood, and also grow their businesses. So one thing you need to understand about solar energy is it depends upon capacity of the installation, because it's actually by capacity. And there are different types of solar technologies, and also it depends upon the size and the load of your of the equipment you change use. For instance, if you have a 500 kilowatt system, you cannot. If you have a lot of 500 kilowatt and you bring a system that is just 200 kilowatt, I don't think it's going to be work. So the most important is to take a need assessment to see clearly what is your requirement in terms of energy. How many watts do you need as an energy for you to drive your equipment in a shop? And also, I can tell you now solar energy is becoming cost effective, because there is import waiver on solar panels and batteries. And also the cost of implementing solar is actually high, I know, but nowadays there has been interventions where you make a partnership with a company, they will come and install a solar system for you that will actually power your required machineries for your businesses or for your house. So whereby you can pay 40% or maybe 50%, depending upon the agreement. Then subsequently, every month you continue to pay. And then at the end of the day, in 1-2 years, it becomes yours and it can last for more than 20 years. So now, comparatively speaking, take a little mathematics. If you used to spend 5,000 naira every day on diesel, 5,000 naira every day. So if you convert into solar, if you have a system that costs about 2.5 million to 3 million, so make the calculation 5,000 times, maybe 5 years. Look at how it is going to be. So you see that you spend huge amount of money, not knowing that you are spending money because you used to buy it every day. So when you convert into renewable energy, that's solar, it's just the cost of implementation, and then you enjoy the rest of the years, and then you also contribute to the carbon emission reduction, and then your businesses grow up as your source of energy has become very cheaper.
Yeah, thank you very much, Samuel. Another thing I will say to this is that the urgency of and this is a contribution and advice to young people on this call. It is high time for us to start looking at how we can engage ourselves in so many government intervention. You mentioned the energy transition plan. How many of us have seen the published document by C4 with the federal government? How many of us have been able to read the Nigerian Climate Change Act? How many of us have seen the nationally determined contribution document? These are documents that can influence the action we want to take. Some people might be advocates, some can be activists, and some are the people that actually, doing the innovation on ground. And that is it. While you're also making an innovation on ground, you also need to know that your contribution must be part of the implementation the government is putting out there. So it's very important that, guys, and I promise that as we are moving on to our next level of training next month, which is going to be physical one in each state, we're going to be looking at all these documents. Maybe we're going to share them with us via email so that we can have it ahead of time to read, and let us talk about it so that we can have a more understanding. So thank you very much, Abubakar, for that lovely conversation and impactful conversation with our participant. I'm very sure that they were able to learn from you, and we will continue to come back to you anytime we want to hear from you. So thank you very much. Let me use this opportunity to say a big thank you to everybody that have joined us. This is just—
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. This is just for us to usher us into this, what we are going to be talking about. We don't have money to give, but we have knowledge transfer. We want to transfer knowledge and understanding to everybody that the problem of climate change in Nigeria is a collective solution that we need to use to solve it. And we cannot be solving that problem without understanding the problem itself. And why actually we brought in the renewable energy and energy transition, just transition, is because that is the basis of what we want to see in a couple of years. Our next zero is 2063 or so. And a lot of documentation have been signed: Paris Agreement, NDC, there's Climate Change Act, there's now Nigerian Climate Change Council. A lot of things is evolving, a lot of things are coming on board, but how do we make sure that we are not left behind and using it to implement our action? I know most of us on this call have their own organization, their own initiative, but how can you scale up? How can you tap into funding opportunity, whether it is small or big? All those things, we're going to be talking about it during our training. But let me just quickly say that thank you to everybody once again for this. So moving forward, our way forward now is that as we know that each state, our state coordinator is going to be reaching out to us on the specific dates that we are going to be having. I just hope that things are not, because we cannot change federal government's plan. Federal government keeps changing our own plan. So what I want to say to you guys, please stay connected. And those that did not join today, try to reach out to them. If you know them, that your friends that apply to be part of this program, we're going to be coming to your state physically. And we want to see that all filled up with this set of young people. And, I'm ready to answer as many as possible questions that day. So please get ready. And also I want to announce to you that it is very important that you are ready to also take a bold step, the way all these my brothers and sisters have shared their stories. And I can bet you guys, these guys, they are doing fantastically well. Recommendations are coming for them. And I'm 100% sure if you also stay on this line and be committed, I will also be sharing with you difference between climate activists and climate advocates. There's totally different things between those two things, and I'm going to share them with you and how you can, leverage on local driven action, not by global force, but you need to have your grant locally. So that's very, very important. Moving forward, state coordinators will reach out to everybody. And I'm sure that you all know your state coordinators through your WhatsApp group. Everybody, please try as much as possible, ask questions, let us know the concern you're having, anything you want to know. And I've been hearing that some people are moving from their state to another state. If you move from Ogun State to Lagos, let us know, let your team leader know. Then we will add you to Lagos State. You remove it from Ogun, put you in Lagos State. If you move from Ogun or you move from Kwara to Ekiti, just let us know within those 6 states. If you move to one of those 6 states, let us. But unfortunately, if you move from that state, from Lagos now to Abuja, there's nothing we can do to that because it's focusing on Southwest for now. And we're trying to see how we can move forward and push more of this to other states as we move on. So let me start from Mr. Pius. Thank you very much, Mr. Pius, for your time. Thanks to Aliu, thanks to Ibrahim, thanks to Loretta, and thanks to Abubakar. And I'm sure we're going to have you guys very, very soon. Maybe one of the sessions we're going to be having during our physical event. We're going to be requesting your contribution in making it a success. Thank you very much. I don't know if anybody have question for me on the call before we call it a day so that everybody can go. I think we've tried a lot, and I'm sure everybody have learned a lot about this conversation today. Is a start for us, and we are going to take more of this. We don't take anybody for granted. I know all of you guys, your time is very precious, and I'm sure that we are going to do more as we move on. So if you have any question for me before we leave, I would like to have that one, then we close for the day. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I can see your comment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We just let me close by saying that the aim is to actually have a lot of young people that have well understanding of the climate space. When you understand the problem, you'll be able to also come up with initiative that can solve the problem in your community. And community-driven solution is always very key. And can you give a summary of that? Okay. Sorry, who is he? Somebody asked, can you give a summary of our role? Who is asking that? Is he a coordinator or is he a student? You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Please explain very well. That's Oluwakeji, please. Oluwakeji, can I hear from you, please? You can speak using the mic. I may not understand what you're talking about. Oluwakeji, can you unmute yourself? Let us hear from you. Okay, I think Oluwakeji, you can. Okay, I can see Adeyemi. Adeyemi, you have the floor. You can ask a question, please.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this event. I don't take it for granted. And thank you for everything you're doing in your mind to make sure that we get things right and hand over a better generation to the incoming ones. I want to discuss about something. There's this man I know, it's just a kind of request anyways. There's this man I know, he made an innovation on converting waste management to energy and generating, the stuff is very broad anyways. But basically what he does is converting your household waste to energy for a subsidized rate and something like that. He has built the prototype and everything. I don't know if I can invite this man to the physical events taking place in Abeokuta or thereabout. Like just to since I think basically what he needs is requires funding for his project and some other stuff. He has gotten what do we call it? A patency for the product already. But I think it requires funding and some other connections, basically to get the project to the global space and on a wider scale. So I don't know if I can invite the man to the program. And
thank you very much. I think you just speak to your state coordinator, then he will reach out to us so that we can have a proper invitation for you. Know, you're already in the WhatsApp group for Abeokuta, right?
Yes.
Okay, so speak to the state coordinator, then we can talk about that within ourselves and we get that sorted. That's not a problem for him to be part of it, because what we are going to also be discussing that day is how source of different funding opportunity, how to assess fund, what are the things you need to get ready for yourself to get funding. So we're going to be sharing those opportunities as well. So please reach out to you. I think I've forgotten his name now, your state coordinator. Just speak to him, then we will get that sorted. Thank you so much. For the question that we have only 5 minutes to go for now, or 8 minutes. For my brother that just asked, I said he's in a noisy area. Your question, can you give a summary of our role? Okay, if it is the participant, your role is to come and learn, understand the climate space. And also, if you have a solution that can drive, a sustainable solution in your community, come, let us discuss it and let us see how we can collaborate and scale it up in our own way. So that's your role, to come and learn and understand the space. Most of us, like what Mr. Pius have shared to us, has given us a broad understanding of what climate change is all about in Nigeria. A lot of problem is there, but how do we solve it? By our local action. There's a local project that we have. So many of us might not be, something that is a problem in Lagos might not be a problem in Ekiti. So we want to see how you can solve problem in Ekiti, not carrying your problem to come and solve problem in Lagos. Let us start locally. It's something that will push you to the next level in this way. So that is your role. But for state coordinator is to coordinate your movement, to coordinate you, get information to you, and to make sure that everybody attend this training like you are attending today. It is from them that you heard about all this information. So please, let us try as much as possible. If you are changing location within the period that we're going to send in the official dates, please let us know so that you can join the other states. It is very, very important so that you don't miss out from this conversation. So without any other question and contribution, I want to say a big thank you first and foremost to state coordinators for your time, for helping us to make sure that everybody is in, have to come for this conversation. And those ones that join on our YouTube channel, thank you so much. We're going to make sure that we merge all this conversation together and put it in one YouTube channel, or we just share all these stages of YouTube links so that people can listen to it, so that it will not take out too much bandwidth. Thank you so much. On behalf of my team in ICCDI International Climate Change Development Initiative, I say thank you to everybody for being here today. Have a lovely day ahead and hope to see you soon. Thank you. But before I can just play this video. You can watch this video before we close. Anybody that wants to go can leave. Thank you so much.
My driver, you see what you come to? Sweet star. I believe that it all starts with one person. And from one person, it spreads to other people. And then we can achieve whatever we want. Okay. From little stuff like, just when I usually do simple actions like putting this into the trash can. Oh, it's in the bin. What?
I just realized, right, we really play an important role in training.
Oh, now you know. If you had known that, you would not be wet.
Bro, it's you. Come back.
Yeah, keep littering everywhere. You will drown one day. Hi, my name is Toluwalashe Adegbi, and as usual, I will be telling you a few things about climate change. So you sit back, relax, and
Yeah. Hey there. Fine. Why sit there outside? It's spraying the insecticide inside, due to the heavy sun and mosquito. I'm guessing it's due to this flood show. Man, this floor, you know this floor first of all. Nah, man, I don't answer yet. Down my area. You guys, I will finish everybody. I know you guys still feel like that, but
Switch it up. I don't switch it up. Switch your style, man. I don't switch your style. I don't switch your style. Switch it up. Switch your style, man. Switch it up. I don't switch it up. Switch your style, man. I don't switch your style. I don't switch your style. So, what are your next steps, Dr. Bell?
thank you for that wonderful question, sir. I have been intrigued by the turnout of events, and I have made all my research about the cause of floodings. And I must say this has made me realize the fact that I want to go into the plastic recycling and management business. Although, sir, I've not totally finalized my research on the plastic recycling process and management. As soon as I do, you will be the first person to hear from me, sir. And this project, sir, I must say, will be the butter to butter project.
Thank you, Mom. Ensure to keep me posted about the progress of the project. And I would love to feel me involved. I wish you success. Please save all energy and the planting of our trees. Which you get for the planet. Step up for the let's go. Switch it up. Switch your style, switch it up. I don't you switch it up. Switch your style, I don't switch your style. I don't switch your style. Switch it up. Switch your style, switch it up.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. And I will say, let's call it a day. If you need the link to that video, I'm going to share it on my social media platform. Or I think I will share the link on Climate Word, Twitter handle. You can go there, and so I'm going to upload it so that I can go there and watch again. It's just an educative video to let us understand what we are actually doing as young people, how to contribute to the environment. Thank you so much, and have a great day ahead. Bye.